afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with your host, Imperial Dane. Off here to glorious 1v1 own. You guessed it, it is Twin Beaches. In the north stands DexN. Fighting here for the Deutsches Afrika Korps. Here with the 90th Panzergrenadier Division. Versus in the south it is the one and only, the Pax Ajax. Set to have been raised by weasels. He here is fighting for the 45th Infantry Division, the Thunderbirds. He is straight away with special operations into the M29 Weasel reconnaissance vehicle. We got an engineer's scout starting on top of the Weasel from Pax Ajax as DexN races down the road and onto the beaches here. His bike penetrating aggressively towards Pax here and spotting his Weasel. DexN immediately unleashes all manner of lead upon Pax Ajax Weasel, hoping to shred the Weasel before it achieves any greater things. An incredibly bold start here by DexN. That said, the Weasel of course does have the ability to self-repair and can set about fixing itself fairly rapidly. Meanwhile here, we got the Panzergrenadier moving out here for DexN and Deutschland. Up north, Panzer Pioneer advancing here for the 90th Panzergrenadier Division. We got the Weasel rolling out, grabbing points. Scouting northwards, we got the barracks going up there for Pax Ajax. We got the bike there basically seizing the fuel point right next to Pax Ajax. Faces an absolutely audacious raid here by DexN. Point here being seized by the engineers, having already dug in with their tools and are standing ready with their sandbags and grease guns. Panzer Pioneer heading further northwards. First route towards looking around me here. Weasel is getting upgraded with the 30 cal. So this has been quite the exciting opening. Panzer grabbing the point here. And more Panzergrenadier out there for DexN and the German army. Digging in here as well. Some players are starting to more recently go for more engineers in the early game. It's not all players, and again, but it's certainly, I think, worth noting that, higher ranked players like Pax Ajax, for example, are, in particular, I think, if they are going for, spec ops, they're actually going for early engineers. Looks like we're going to see another engagement here. Weasel there could be spotted by the Panzergrenadiers or vice versa, and there goes shots fired. Weasel so far shrugging off most of the hits here, forcing the Panzergrenadiers to withdraw here into heavy cover. Another squad nearby, further south. Rifle squad pushing onto the fuel point there, looking to claim it from the German army, and far up north here. Behind a burning aircraft in the middle of the sea there, or lake, whatever it is. Engineers move to assist the scouts here versus DexN's Panzer Pioneer. Up north here, Panzergrenadier rushing for the fuel on the hill here. Marching forwards for the fatherland. Up north here, the Panzer Pioneer forced to withdraw here. The engineers backed up with the scouts. Ultimately overcome the Panzer Pioneer, forcing them to retreat or get wiped out. Cartridge rushing north as well for DexN. Weasel on the move here. Heavy fighting up north, which for Twin Beaches tend to be fairly common. The north side of the map tends to attract a lot more attention compared to the south. They got a rifle squad around here for Pax Ajax. Moving forward here, punching their force back under intense duress and, most importantly, lead. Scouts forced to withdraw here, sandbags up north being dug in, but we got here DexN keeping up with the pressure, keeping up the offensive. And the engineers, I think, will have to withdraw here in the face of DexN's rapacious assaults, his unrelenting desire for destruction, mayhem, and other things that sound naughty. Engineers need to withdraw before they go up there by the Panzergrenadier, but they themselves also have to withdraw soon before they in turn get wiped out. We got here veterans one for the Weasel, and he opens up for the signal layer ability. Interesting pick here. I think most players typically go for the other one, but clearly Pax Ajax dreams big. He dreams of more resources, like any good American. North here. Right, there was the rifle squad. Pax Ajax here off to a strong start now versus DexN. Were some slight hiccups there after the initial bike raid, but Pax Ajax here clearly made out of stoner stuff. Is able to push back here against DexN, who of course is now bringing in the MG34 to show this Amerikaner who's got the real guns here. Weasel there once more engaged, and there it goes to secure the fuel. It's basically like, the Cat and Crowd's communications ability, except you don't need to upgrade for it, you just need to get to Veterans U1. So yeah, can be quite handy as you can see there, though it does require to hold the point for any amount of time, otherwise you're not really going to get much out of that fuel benefit there. So, fresh funding here for the fuel on the hill, grenades out for Pax Ajax, an explosive surprise there. Brian being hit with MG34 fire, more Panzer Grenadiers moving up. At the same time, Pax Ajax is also pushed into the south here, claiming victory points and other resource points in the south. Panzer Squad, they need to withdraw. They are low on health. They're barely being held together. Admittedly, so is the Weasel, but the Weasel can just pull back and conduct self-repairs. The Panzer Grenadiers, not so much. So, back to DexN here. Just going for an ambulance fight, crucial healing for his men. And we got Italian infantry. That is definitely an interesting pick here by DexN. Not your most common battle group choice. And he actually picks the Guastatori squad here. For those wondering what the Guastatori are, they were basically Italian assault engineers. Hardened assault troops. Similar to, say, German, you know, Panzerpionier or Fallschirmpionier or whatever. Basically just German pioneer equivalent. They were elite troops. And certainly very tough gentlemen. So, little fun fact there. As an additional fun fact, the Italian paratroopers would actually have their own Guastatori drop down alongside them. Panzers moving out here. But so far, no sign of the Guastatori here for DexN. They are fairly manpower, 10-400 manpower, so not something you're just going to call in a willy-nilly. Meanwhile, Pax Ajax bringing a mortar here for some artillery support against the Germans. Oh, and probably mostly to deal with that MD-34. Weasel, though, is pushing against here, though, taking a lot of damage here from the MD-34 as he pushes up across the hill. Fighting for the fuel. There you go. Narrowly dodging grey. The Fritz and Reinhardt there take a large amount of shrapnel to their backsides. Fight running towards the point. He can self-repair soon again. But really strong start here for Pax Ajax versus DexN. Really strong start, and is definitely putting DexN under some quite severe strain here. From northern point here. So, will we be seeing any Guastatori now? Yes, indeed we will. Full squad here, and immediately equipping them with the Lancia Flamme. Flamethrowers there. They also got the Beretta Model 38 submachine gun, which was an incredibly excellent submachine gun, probably one of the best of the war. It was certainly not easy to mass produce. They would actually try and make more easily produced versions of the M38 Beretta. But it was a really popular submachine gun overall, to like anyone to get their hands on it. They grabbed the Germans, Allies, and of course the Italians, obviously. So, fun fact there. We shouldn't give us anything up here against the engineers. Able to rip through them. Set those packing there. Just as the Guastatori pull in. Here we got the Weasel at 2 here. Pax Ajax doing a good job keeping his Weasel in one piece. Far south here, Crutchets and Crawler up there, grab some points here. Victory points wise. Pax Ajax and the 45th Infantry Division continue to lead. Guastatori moving forwards here with a mix of submachine guns and flamethrowers. Mortar team there could get into some very hot water. There you go. Flamethrowers going at it. Mortar crew there finding itself burning up. Flanking up here on the right squad and the capture. But we've got a mine here from Pax Ajax for the right from there. Are absolutely forced to withdraw here. Do not underestimate the Guastatori. There you go. Mario there, blown to bits. Would never go on to open up that plumbing business he'd always dreamed of. Greyhound out here for Pax Ajax was DexN. DexN responds with a Panzerabwehrkanone 38. Panzer is rushing south here. Panzerpioniers Rav squad. Weasel there getting quite a bit dinged up there. And the MD-34 is just staring at the Greyhound as the Greyhound is doing unspeakable things to it. But there you go. Guastatori flanking on the Pax Ajax forces here. Could threaten some wipes here if he's not careful. There you go. Panzer squad there in the same time in the danger zone too. Engineers about to get wiped out. Casualties are piling up. And no, the Panzer Grenadier survives with only 6 points of health left here. The Guastatori meanwhile could this secure another wipe here in Pax Ajax. No! Narrowly gets away here. That was intense. Weasel pushing forwards here. Guastatori still trying to maybe get some extra damage here on Pax Ajax. Greyhound rushing in. Need to withdraw here. Smoke grenade being chucked to actually allow the Weasel or the Bite to grab the point here for at least a bit longer, I think. But I think he needs to withdraw here the Guastatori before they get utterly annihilated. It would be quite a waste of manpower to throw those away. Plus their veterans, he won now. Which opens up here for the Gas Masks ability. Gas Masks. Panzerabwehrkanone 38 moving forwards. Far up north here, though, Pax Ajax sneaks about here. DexN's northern flank goes for the fuel munitions points there, and probably the fuel points as well. As for Pax, we got Bars, we got the Greyhound, we also got the potential of the SSF Commando Squad. Greyhound rolling into the Pack 38, taking some nasty hits, but is bypassing the Panzer Abwehrkanone. And so DexN suddenly is in the problem, which is, yeah, one's flank is kind of toast. And also, crucially, he doesn't, I think, have a plan B here at the moment. Like, he doesn't have any Panzerjägers. He doesn't have, like, another pack nearby. He doesn't have flak feeling. He's got sod all for dealing with set Greyhound at the moment. I mean, does he even have grenades? I don't think so. Otherwise, I think he just popped. Oh, there we go. He does, actually. I spoke too soon. You get the Haftaladen. And the Emmet Greyhound there gets blown up. For those wondering, that is an anti-magnetic mine there throwing. Technically, you didn't throw it. You actually, like, ran up to the tank and, you know, stuck it right on. But I try getting people to actually want to do that in companies, see? But yeah. Little fun side fact there. Pax Ajax here taking some losses here and there, but nothing he can hold up to. Did lose their scouts up north, and we still got the Weasel added here. Riflemen being burned up with the Guastatore. The double flamethrowers and the Berettas there, of course, are a potent mix. They can make life miserable for any American caught in their line of fire. We got more BRs being added to Pax Ajax Rifleman. Does he have any upgrades here yet? The answer to that is he does have the munition surplus for cheaper BARs. Thumbs up. Buying again hits the fuel point. Really good use of that bike here by DexN, though Pax Ajax has certainly not been a slouch with his Weasel. Got the Guastatore falling back. Looks like he's going to crew the Pack 38 with them.
Commander, we're losing territory.
And we go secured. Machine gun being held forwards.
Engineers on the field.
Forcing healing here for DexN. We're not seeing much there at the base so far. More Traded, Catling forwards. Rifleman engineers also at the ready. There we go. Guastatore out here versus the captain. Is finding himself that his rank doesn't really mean much in the face of flamethrowers. But there you go. Guastatore falls back. We got that Weasel added again. Pax Ajax does like to stuff his Weasel in wherever he can, clearly. Grabbing the point here with the Ketten card. Panzergun aiming forwards. Got MD-34s on the way there. Big boost there to his infantry firepower. Thumbs up there. And of course, the veteran squad leads upgrades. While it certainly has the biggest impact on Panzergun, it is all of DexN's infantry, including his Guastatore, do get some other minor bonuses like faster experience gains, and they become harder to hit. And there you go. Looks like Pax Ajax has gone too far with his Weasel, and DexN just shreds it, leaving Pax Ajax Weasel-less. Mines up here on the north side, Rifleman pushing up here towards the cut-off point. Not that it's cutting off much. More Riflemen there for Pax Ajax. No SSF Commandos. Guastatore setting out here, close to Veteran T2 there. In the south here, another advance here from DexN again, going for this victory points. He definitely wants to try and stop the bleed here from Pax Ajax, who now has an almost 2 times victory points advantage over DexN. New third falls to blazing the shooting Rifleman, Catling forwards. More Rifleman ready here, and of course, more BARs there for Pax. Do we see any additional upgrades? As of yet, the answer to that is no. No sign of further tech out of here from Pax. Pumps there being hit by artillery fire from Pax Ajax mortar. Back. Got the victory point, at least for now. Starting to get a bit of a bleed here on Pax Ajax. Of course, how long that lasts is another matter. We got here Panzer Pioneers and Engineers and far up north. Guastatore going for northern points. They are standing right next to one of Pax Ajax mines. His Engineers are about to get wiped again. That's going to be a bit of a tough loss here, though, for Pax Ajax. Can he get the wipe? I mean, the answer seems to be potentially yes. No, smoke being deployed. He might not be able to cover the retreat here, actually. Unless the bike gets in the damage. No! And Pax Ajax narrowly saves the engineer squad here. Close call, though. Very close call. Guastatore. I think that was an accidental retreat here by DexN. I can't really explain it otherwise. Don't think that retreat makes any other sense unless he did it by accident, which does happen to even the best of us. Meanwhile, we got the Panzer command here. DexN looking to push out those Panzerkampfwagens to overwhelm Pax Ajax with the German Panzerwaffe. You also got here the designate defensive line ability and registered artillery. Of course, also go for either defensive operations or territory booby traps. And there's also prepared positions. I mean, there's plenty of options here for DexN to pick. I mean, it's generally not the most common of battle group choices at the moment. Part because the other element there, like the L640s, aren't particularly great, partly due to the pathing, which does get resolved. So we'll have to see here what DexN can achieve with this battle group. So far, it's just the Quattatore, but they've definitely, I think, made an impact here on Pax Ajax. Caught here by the captain. Ripon there needs to be careful. I think he's trying to lock here flank path with Ripon, so they increase the chance of getting a wipe, punishing Pax Ajax folks. Then, yeah, there we go. We could see a wipe here. Yes, one squad wiped here. Definitely a good flank here by DexN and punishing Pax Ajax folks. In fact, he's close to getting another wipe here. Good God, that was really lucky there for Pax Ajax. Didn't suffer 2 wipes there. That could have been, if not GG, certainly close. Farther up north here, there's finally a bit of pressure here from DexN against Pax Ajax's northern flank, but Pax Ajax and the 45th Infantry Division pushes back here. South side again, laying down mines here. Freedom and democracy. As for DexN, he's actually able to go for the Panther Fleet already. That'd be an excellent choice. As for Pax's base, we do get a tank depot up. It won't be too far away from like any response to that. So far though, no tanks yet for DexN, and Deutschland needs who once more running to issues here with the German army. We got Vetting 2 Panzergrenadier, and we do finally get the Panther 3 here for DexN and Deutschland. Quattatore there, probably should be pulled back for some healing reinforcements. They are certainly not in a great spot. Yeah, Panther. Oh, it's a Sherman. It's not a Panther 3. It's a Sherman for Pax. So despite having, you know, his Panzer command up and having plenty of resources, DexN is not calling for tank right now. That feels a bit odd. Guess he's just too caught up in what's going on the front line. That can happen. You also got here the prepared positions, and we got booby traps. The booby traps not place could be good, though. I would probably have gone for the other one that is for defensive operations, because I do think, for example, some mines have been pretty good here. The Telemine specifically could have caught up like any tanks here from Pax Ajax and leave them quite crippled. But so far, nothing out of that yet here for Mr. DexN. Instead, he's planning on booby traps for all appearances. No tank. Oh, wait, never mind. I think we got the tanks now. Yes. Finally got the Panther 3 out there, though I definitely would say that's a bit of a delay there. That wasn't really necessary. Of course, there might be something here that I'm not aware of. There you go. Finally, here we got a big push by Pax Ajax and the 45th Infantry Division into the lives of the 90th Panzergrenadier Division. We got the Quattatore being caught up, and we got a smoke grenade here to help contest the point. There you go, attacking ground. Pack 38 sitting up in the flank here, gonna hit that Sherman. He's tried to hit the Sherman. There you go. Panther 3 is also arrived here to further assist DexN and Deutschland against the Amerikaner. Pax Ajax men overwhelmed with the scorching heat of the flying air for their forced away up north. A success though for Pax Ajax. In the south, his grip is slipping through his hands like a really, really greasy thing. Perhaps a greasy weasel. I don't know. Panther 3 pushing straight for the Sherman here. Pax might have not quite anticipated this. Panther 3 though bounces. Pack 38 also bounces. Double bounce here for Pax Ajax. Very lucky for him, but certainly a moment of a fair amount of frustration here for DexN. There you go. More shots hitting through the Sherman's armor. Further north here we got the CoH3 in there. In need of repairs. We got more mines from Pax. Thumbs up. Also, fun fact about the Sherman, but it actually had like one of the highest profiles of any tank of the war. In fact, it was like even taller than the M26 Pershing, and that was actually one of the major disadvantages of the Sherman. Is like a pretty big target. There's apparently also some concerns about the height of it, also giving it a slightly different center of gravity, I believe, or something that could actually cause it to tip over at the wrong circumstances. So, little fun fact there. North Engineers, rounded by the CoH3 machine gun moving forwards. DexN, of course, having no minesweepers at all. South here, Panther 3 moving in. Panzer going to move as well here. More Panthers, of course, would be great here for DexN. We got another Sherman out for Pax Ajax. Freedom and Democracy. Far south here, good flank here by DexN. Forcing a full withdrawal here from Pax Ajax in the south. He can't even try to stall and buy time. Smoke to cover the push up towards the hill here by Pax Ajax. Very good. And far up north here, Guastatori sends those riflemen packing. We also got here areas air resupply operations. We got the marked vehicles, Sherman wing force, they're heavily damaged. Fortunately for Pax Ajax, overextended Sherman crew. DexN doesn't have any significant anti-tank assets nearby to actually punish him for it. That was a brutal hit here, and the Panzer scored half the squad just gone. Ooh, low on health here. Forced to withdraw. Panther 3 moving forward slowly here with a Pack 38 backing up. Got 478 versus 159. Battle continues at a brutal pace. Got switching the riflemen up north here. And back at DexN space, we do get another Panzer 3. Another Panzerkampfwagen. Fix up the Sherman. Captain rifleman forwards, and we got an M18 Hellcat here for Pax Ajax. Freedom, Democracy, and Liberty. Sherman forwards here. On its own, bit risky here. There we go, great shot from the Panther straight through the sidearm of the Sherman. Pack 38, thankfully for Pax Ajax did not get shot in. We got the other Panther 3 here, flank of the Sherman caught exposed. Pax Ajax, or DexN's, I think, too preoccupied, and so doesn't push for the Sherman here. A small bit of sunshine in an otherwise cloudy development here for Pax Ajax. Grenades being chucked at the Panther 3. Sherman moving up here from the beaches. Could flank this Panther 3 here. Need to pull back here. There we go, Sherman flanking. Hellcat ready. Things are heating up around the center here as the 45th Division is committing to a larger push to gain control of the central road and the overall control of the beach town here. But there you go, Pack 38 shoots now, but misses. Panther 3 gets another shot for the sidearm, this time on the hill. Another penetrating hit here. Another penetrating hit. There you go. Sherman down. I think he might have to go for the tungsten rounds. We can check that once to switch over to DexN perspective later. There you go. Good kill here for DexN. Destroying one of Pax Ajax Shermans is going to leave him significantly less able to impact the battlefield. Now the other Sherman could be trouble. He's got the Pack 38 and more punches pursuing it. Another great shot there from the Pack. That did not quite go the way that Pax Ajax had wanted. Imagine Hellcat really getting out of there. Panther 3 still need repairs, though of course we do have the Guastatori to rapidly enact some repairs. And imagine the Panzer Pioneer somewhere as well. So DexN, I think, is, with the exception of his victory points, actually I think looking in a fairly decent position. Means controlling the center of the map. You've got a tank without losing one. But the victory points do remain a thorny issue here for DexN and the 90th Panzergrenadier Division, and is something he definitely needs to resolve before it becomes too big of a headache. It's also worth noting, I mean, DexN hasn't gone for a single one of those typical DAK call-ins at all. Like, we're not seeing Panzerjägers, Assault Grenadiers, the light infantry gun, or the Pack 38. We just haven't seen any half-tracks at all that way, so it's a bit of an interesting development there from DexN. Bit unusual. There you go. I do believe we may also have self-repairs enacted for DexN, increasing the altered durability of his Panzerkampfwagens. Bit of quiet here for once in an otherwise hectic match. Both players trying to catch their breath and formulate, I think, the next set of moves to overcome the opponent. Far up north here, though, Pax Ajax breaks the quiet, launches an offensive here. Pushes forwards. Guastatori, they need to withdraw. They're down to 2 men, they're low on health, and they're so close to it. It'd be an absolute waste here for DexN at this point if you lose them like this. He needs to withdraw them. He's moving up the ambulance to the front line. Interesting. Which is why I didn't retreat them immediately. An interesting move here by DexN. But we got smoke here from Pax Ajax, negating the Pack 38's line of fire here. Very well. 2 thumbs up to Pax Ajax. And the cover smoke actually pushes forwards. At least seems to threaten to push forwards. Hell coming up here up north. Rifleman being murdered by the Panther 3s here. But overall, a nice push here by Pax Ajax, using the smoke very well tactically to really negate like the firepower advantage that he might have suffered against Dex, or the Dex might have had against him, I meant to say. Up north here, the Panther's flanking in there, firing shot after shot, but I think he's making a mistake. He should have focused on the Hellcat rather than the Sherman here, and we do get a grenade here on the Panther, damaging the engine here. DexN definitely sitting out bed here, and we could see Pax Ajax punish him for it. Smoke being popped here to try and cover the Panther's withdrawal here. Does it succeed? I think so. Really good throw here by DexN. 2 thumbs up. But we got the Panther pushing forward here. We might see Sherman going down here. DexN may have just grabbed victory from the jaws of defeat here. And there he goes. Pax loses his second Sherman and still no Panther to show for it.
Defend our victory point.
That's got to be frustrating. And now DexN creeps on the southern victory point here by the beach and secures it with his MG-34. Over to DexN. And yes, he does have the tungsten core ammunition, which does, of course, increase the penetration of his tanks and vehicles. Hitting a mine here, but look, not a mine, but gets hit with an anti-tank grenade, I think. Something, I don't know, pack fight. No, was it? No, it's not all the way, though. He pushes in deep here and might actually lose a Hellcat. He really wants to get those Panther Fees, and I don't fault him. Oh, no! Oh, no, the Hellcat missed! And he loses the Hellcat! He lost the Hellcat, and he still hasn't gotten a single Panther free. He got the ambulance, but, you know, try explaining that one to Patton. Sir, we, destroyed a German ambulance. Alright. And we, lost 2 Shermans and 2 tank destroyers in the process. What? Have you gone nuts? We're not in the hating healthcare system stage of capitalism at the moment. Anyways, Panzer being hit by mortar fire and Air Force withdrawal here. So that was brutal for Pax Ajax. Like, he just lost all of his armor. Thankfully, he's pushed back here DexN's infantry and DexN's tanks need repairs, but still, this is punishingly brutal. Got it registered artillery barrage here on the carve point. Forcing here Pax Ajax to get off it, or, well, remove the pieces of his men there afterwards. So we got 140 with 319. Panther Thieves good to go here for DexN once more, and the 90th Panzergrenadier Division. Pushing on to the hill with the Panther Thieves, going straight for the Engineers here, engaging them with extreme prejudice, and that's a full wipe here. Pax just keeps getting pummeled here by DexN now. The tide is turning, but he did get an MG-34 at least. Got the Guasatori moving forwards here. They're so close to the ace level. I actually haven't seen any ace level Guasatori before. That's going to be quite interesting if he does get them there. So what is Pax Ajax plan? He's going for anti-tank guns. Which does kind of make sense. There he goes, secure at that point. He's actually laying down a booby trap. Thumbs up. The Germans were very fond of booby traps. In particular in Italy, they were quite inventive with them, though they were quite inventive with their booby traps in general. There's quite some stories about them setting up specific types of booby traps and sort of fields there. Mine goes off on the Panther Thief, damaging the engine here, slowing down DexN's Panzerwaffe there and halting his Panzer Punch from knocking out Pax Ajax Chief. We've got more losses here for Pax Ajax. Looks like the captain could expire here. They almost get one of the ace Panzergrenadier squads in return. Fighting remains hectic, intense, and absolutely singeingly brutal. Right from here, moving straight into the Panther Face here, and they're getting shredded with air go. Anti-tank to the rescue. And note he's targeting the more damaged Panther Fee here first, because he's more likely to be able to get rid of that one. Oh, shot. Hit the other one then. Guasatori here, popping smoke grenade. Thumbs up here to DexN. He's been making really good use of those smoke grenades, by the way. In fact, Pax 8's also been fairly good with this smoke too. And there you go. Charges forwards, undercover smoke here, then charges backwards once he sees the machine gun. Avanti! What's the opposite of Avanti? I don't know. I didn't think this joke through. Anyways, Robin goes ready for the fuel point, or victory point. Panther Fleas here getting hammered. Up north here, point being grabbed. More artillery raining down here. Delayed fuse barrages. What is DexN planning here, though? He's got a lot of fuel, a lot of resources. He's not going for more Panther Fleas or anything. No Stuckers or Fuzzes. Is he planning to go for armored reserves on a Tiger tank or something? I don't know. You also got the howitzer ready now. He could theoretically go for that. I mean, an opponent with a lot of, you know, anti-tank guns could be a potential target for the howitzer.
Our capture point is being neutralized.
But no, we got something happening now. It is reinforcements. Would appear. Meanwhile, back to Pax Ajax.
The enemy have us over a barrel.
So we got 205 as 140. DexN has done a great job there, closing the gap between the two in terms of victory points. Captain flying up behind the Panzer Pioneer there, going out of the machine guns and the rifles. Panzer Pioneer there, definitely not in for a great position, but they do have the high ground in theory, and more crucially, they have a flamethrower, which is a great substitute for the high ground. Panzer fleets are being fixed up. Second wave of Panzer Grenadiers out here from DexN's base, and we do get the mechanized company. This could very well be a move then towards the armored reserves, and maybe even a Tiger tank here from DexN. One more to far up north here from registered artillery. Thumbs up. 192 versus 140 here. Anti-tank and crew, they're in for a hell of a time as both of DexN's Panzer swords just let loose. Mines going off here, ripping limbs off. As Pax Ajax frantically looks to stop the bleed and turn the tables on DexN once more. He's also yet to pick the Sherman Whiz-Bang. That's really the only thing that's left to pick anyways. There we go. Ralph's got versus Panzer Grenadiers here. Machine and Gewehr versus Machine and Gewehr. And up north, now they're caught here. We got grenades being chucked by darts here by DexN quite adroitly. Still no additional armor here from Pax Ajax. Perhaps he's trying to wait out what DexN's up to. Hard to say, of course, what Pax Ajax is exactly thinking. Panzer fleets moving forwards here. Racing towards the American lines. Straight hit from the anti-tank gun there. Ralph's caught and is quick withdrawn here. Pax Ajax knows that they stand no chance against the Panzer fleets. Far south here, Corp and M34 routed. Another Sherman there for Pax Ajax. As for DexN, we got armored reserves there, so yeah, he could be going for a Tiger tank. He could also go for like the Panther IV, the Stug Assault Group. I think that's good, pretty good too, but typically players go for it for the Tiger tank. And I don't blame them. Rifleman sent packing there. Caught in an incendiary whirlwind there. They are forced to withdraw. Sherman there getting ready. How will it fare against a Tiger tank? Whenever it arrives, that is, obviously. I don't think Dex is going to be going for a Tiger tank right away. That said, if he does go for it right away, Pax Ajax is going to be in for a heap of trouble, as he's only got like a pair of tanks and Shermans, which theoretically can do it, but with several tanks backing up said Tiger tank, it's going to be tough. What's the talk about it? Are at the ace level. Oh boy, oh boy. True heroes of Italy. Scouts? That's some pretty late scouts. 33 minutes scout squad. I mean, they can still have a lot of utility, but it's very rare to see. As a thumbs up to DAK, Pax Ajax. They're not DexN. He's not the one building the scouts. Got the Panzer fleets are going for flank here, and Pax Ajax position around the center. That set the infantry is getting pummeled here by the Sherman. Panzer fleets moving in. He's probably taking the route here to stay clear of any potential anti-tank guns. Guastatori, they're doing a lot of damage, but the Sherman is causing a inferno of pain there upon them. Forcing here DexN to withdraw. He could pursue the Panzer Sherman to the Panzer fleet, but there you go. Running into a lot of infantry. We've still got the Sherman there. Pack 38 at it though. Betchy to itself. Pax there. I don't know what's committing into this push. They're just getting shredded here by the Panzer fleets. We've got an artillery strike here by the captain. But proceeds to get pummeled by a high explosive shell there from the 5mm gun. No, Panzer fleets guns were not exactly great as infantry, as they had some pretty poor high explosive shells. Fun fact. Shot there, bounced. At that range, that's pretty lucky there for DexN, to be honest. It's pretty lucky. So, we'll have to see what's next here. Engineers there for Pax Ajax, and he does keep losing his engineers. Grenade there against the Panzer Pioneer.
Captain here. What have you got?
quiet. And to DexN.
Acknowledged. Enemy is down.
Yeah, he's close to the Tiger tank. He just needs the manpower. He's like halfway there at this point. He's also got like an immense amount of munitions. Honestly, it might make more sense to go for the Obiche 305mm barrage rather than prepared positions. That you should really just start laying down a lot of booby traps and a lot of mines. Which, I mean, considering he's got like one panzer piece going to Guastatori, should be very doable. Big push here with the Panther Fleas. And the Panzer there going straight here at Pax Ajax. Pax Ajax though puts up a heroic fight, and he does force DexN Salty to slow down and withdraw rather than lose too many men. You have the 90th Panzer Grenadier Division. As of course at this point, DexN is trying to help that Tiger tank, so while he obviously can't just be super passive either, he can't be too reckless in return as well. This does slightly show some hamper here DexN's maneuvers. Almost got the Sherman, and the far south the Guastatori is just gobbling up terrain there. And of these, they're withdrawing for repairs once more. We got 114 or 135. It's starting to get pretty close in terms of victory points. Starting to get pretty close.
Withholding reinforcements until commanded. Territory is now in
There we go.
enemy hands.
Reinforcements halted.
Artillery batteries are on standby.
He's betting everything on that Tiger tank. Of course, if Pax Ajax sends us what he's doing, he could go for a lot of tank destroyers. Try and counter that, mean roughly versus the Ace Guastatori there. Grenade off here. Good throw there, forces the Guastatori to withdraw here. Panzerpino is the captain. And DexN is very close to that Tiger tank here. Very close. We're talking seconds now.
Point is being taken from us.
Seconds. There we go. Just needs to press the button now. The button, DexN. Got the Nightfather version there. Rolling forwards here. It's going to be a headache and a half here for Pax Ajax for sure.
Territory sector out of contact.
And a mix of what looks to be Dunkelgrau and Signalbraun, which is sort of shows, say, the initial like camouflage pattern the Germans use to camouflage colors. They just apply brown upon the Dunkelgrau there for the initial camouflage patterns, which people typically just don't use. They typically tend to skip that in games and whatnot, but they actually had some camouflage patterns using just brown on the Dunkelgrau there, and there was no Signalbraun or Signalbraun. Fun fact, Panther Fleet of the Sherman, backed up with the Pack 38 here. Tiger tank definitely needs some support, but also needs to, like, you know, get in there versus Pax Ajax. Panther Fleet was withdrawn here. We got 94 on 23 here. Ralph's caught there, retreating in the face of the might of the Tiger tank there, obliterating Bobby there as he takes an 88mm high explosive shell straight to the chest. At which point, there's nothing left of Bobby. Rifleman there being hunted down by the Tiger tank. Almost getting a full wipe. You've got the Sherman, the Hellcat out here, and an anti-tanker there. And DexN's Tiger tank is kind of on his own. He also, of course, keep in mind, Pax has marked target, increasing the overall, I believe, damage inflicted on the Tiger tank. Also means his armor doesn't really matter much. So, definitely underestimated Pax Ajax here, and this could cost him the Tiger tank. There we go. Huge blow here to DexN. Keep in mind, of course, if you see spec ups, there's a chance they may have picked marked target. And again, meaning like any large Tiger tank like that needs to be carefully handled. We do have an Ace Panther Fleet out here. Knocks out the Hellcat though, and still, I mean, he still end up losing like the Sherman and the Hellcat to take out that Tiger tank. Of course, theoretically, DexN could just, you know, start to recover it here using the 18-ton there. Recovery half-track, he probably won't, but he could do it. Guastatori there, heavily suppressed, deploying smoke to cover up their own arses. As Pax Ajax charges in there for freedom and democracy, his men rolling in there, a advancing tide of bars, blood, and glory here. As DexN is forced to withdraw here, past the burning wreckage of his Tiger tank. And we got a raged artillery barrage hoping to stop the oncoming tide of democracy here from Pax Ajax. Up north here, DexN also forced to draw here in the face of the double-barred Ace Rifleman.
Enemy points at 75.
Quick grenade against the Panzergrenadier. We got 84 versus 72 though. Back to Pax Ajax.
5 points left for us. Here we go.
69 versus 84 here. 68. Panther Fleet's being repaired. What will Pax or DexN do next? Will he go for another Tiger tank? Will he go for the Stugs? Will he go for the Panther 4? Will he go for more Panther Fleets? I mean, there's plenty of options to consider for DexN versus Pax Ajax at the moment. As for Pax Ajax, I mean, I imagine he's going to keep churning out Shermans or maybe some more Hellcats. We'll have to see. But Pax Ajax is just rushing for those victory points, partly to stop the bleed, but also to get the bleed back here on DexN. The victory points are so low, it might even be like, I hope he could like cause DexN to make a mistake in his attempts to like get those victory points back under control. So maybe that's also part of the plan here for Pax Ajax. Got the Ace Panther Fleet sending out there. Iron Cross first class. Other Panther Fleets also pretty close to the Ace level.
Commander, CPs are waiting.
Bringing in the Panzer Pioneer themselves are also close to it. I mean, Pax 8, or DexN, I mean, he's actually done a quite good job there preserving, well, several of his core units, just not the Tiger tank. But, you know, the Panther Thieves, the Guastatoria, the Panzer Pioneer, and the Panzer, because he's been able to like, keep them quite well alive there. Guastatoria, though, pinned down to the ground here. MD-34 continues to be a great steal here for Pax Ajax.
We have a Hellcat reporting for duty.
And another Hellcat out here for him. Guastatoria forced to withdraw here. Carve point hit. You got 64 versus 65. Smoke being deployed by the Panther Fleet against the MD-34. 2 thumbs up. That is a excellent move there. And up north, a desperate attempt here by Pax 8 to get the northern victory point back, but instead finds herself faced with an Ace Panther Fleet and an Ace Panzergrenadier squad. There's only one decision to make here for Pax, and that's retreat in the south. The engineers were also given the order, but it came too late, and instead they only found a sandy grave.
MG waiting on you.
Another Hellcat there for Pax Ajax. More to this spot of the mortar. Oh, spotted by the Panzergrenadiers. We've got the Panther Fleet setting out again. And there you go, a disaster here for DexN. His Panther Fleet Ace is caught by the double Hellcats and the anti-tank guns. So just the double anti-tankers and the Hellcat. Either way, though, no matter the distribution of what types units are, the end result is the same. DexN is now short 1 Panther Fleet as it bursts into flames. Up north, Frost Squad routed here. And that just leaves him with 1 Ace Panther Fleet here. This could very well be the exact moment here where the fight may just tip irrevocably out of DexN's hands. But there you go. Radius artillery there almost takes out the MD-34. They're leaving only 1 man to survive and run away. 44 versus 61 here. The clock is ticking. 43. There you go. Double anti-tankers. They're making a mockery of the Panther Fleet. We got more Panther Fleets here for DexN. No attempt to go for any of the call-in stuff. Not that I'm fault him. Hellcat number 2 finally arriving. Still got the Pack 38 here for DexN. Got 36 versus 61. This is gonna be intense. Hellcat racing ahead. I think home to catch something here off guard. Instead he gets up here, the one being caught off guard here by the Panther Fleas.
The enemy have taken territory from us.
I was hoping to like assassinate the enemy inside of his base here, once more proving that he is at heart a true American.
Victory point now under enemy control.
Hunter here versus the Rav Squad. Heavy fighting by the Sun Victor point. We've got diffused, or delayed fuse shells here. Ripping into DexN's Guastatoria and Panzer Pioneer. 25 versus 61. And just so much fire here. Pax Ajax men are getting cooked alive. Far up north here, Ponce being seized there by Pax Ajax. Got 23 versus 61. Smoke being deployed here as Pax Ajax hopes to frustrate DexN's defense here. Another Panther Fleet arrives, fresh to support the front line here. And Pax once more might have committed to Hellcat here versus DexN. Other Hellcat moving forward could go down here. Trying to get those Panther Fleas, but DexN is proving to be quite agile with those Panzerkampfwagens and is dodging the Hellcats. Meanwhile, Pax Ajax is proving he is not nearly as agile. And he loses both Hellcats again. 23 versus 61. Panther getting slammed by armor-piercing shells here. The armor is going away here. Grenades being chucked. Casualties piling up. Air reconnaissance only to mark target again here from Pax Ajax. 23 versus 61. Anti-tank guns A-moving, but with no infantry to hold the line, he has to withdraw the Panther fleet, so they're just too low in health here. 23 versus 61. We got a rival squad flank up behind here, deep into the rear of DexN. Pax Ajax sinks in his claws and his teeth. Going for an anti-tank grenade, damn it in the engine. Pack 38 crew is about to expire here. This is turning out disastrously for DexN. And there we go, one Panther fleet lights up. And the second Panther fleet, there we go. Pax calls GG. Another Panther fleet rushing in here to get hammered as well. 49 versus 23. Looks like though DexN's not giving up. He is a true fighter. He believes. Or at least the political officer behind him does. Well, up north here, Catmus, the punch guns there. 32 versus 23 here. 29 versus 23. 26 versus 23. Whilst the tour rolling in here, they caught with MU-34. They can't pop a smoke grenade. And far up north here, push through here, the Captain Force withdraw. We got 19 versus 23. Grenades off. Got a flank of the Panzer Pioneer. Going for the MU-34 crew. He's going for the anti-tank. Panzer Fish got that trouble. Now instead he ends up losing the anti-tank guns and the MU-34 to DexN's Panzer Pioneer. Pax Ajax may have definitely not called it. 9 points left for Dex. Oh, DexN. Yeah, DexN. It's DexN's got points left. He's going for another Sherman though, Pax Ajax. 7 points left. 6 points left. 5. He's managed to hold the bleeding. He's down to 5 points. Pax has got 23. Rushing in his men, then the 45th Division prepares for another push here. Panzer Pioneer there though. Oh, they might get wiped, and they do get wiped. DexN suffers a loss he cannot replace at this point. I'm going to try to rush in here. The ambulance to start recruiting some more of this stuff here. That's probably what I would have done here, but I also wouldn't fault him for at this point in the match. He's being utterly overwhelmed. We got 17 points left versus 5. Artillery called in. He called it in at the wrong point though. He tried to stop the advance. He called it in the victory point instead. Meanwhile, Sherman flanking in here against DexN. We got 5 versus 14. 5 versus 13. 5 versus 12. Artillery called in the Panthers up north. 5 versus 11. Sherman flanking the Panther fleet here. He's just on the line here. Grenades being chucked. 5 versus 10. 9. 8. Sherman flanking in there. Pax is going for the killing blow. He refuses to stop. He believes. 5 versus 8. The clock has stopped once more. Oh, he got the wipe. He got the wipe. Whilst the tour is being pushed in, but they caught the MU-34. We got the anti-tank recruit. Riflemen being pushed to the very limits. The breaking point. The anti-tank crew is forced to withdraw here. 8 versus 1, and that is it. G. Game over. I stopped as soon as 2 caught up there. But still, we got an end screen, so it kind of works out. But there you go. Hell of a fight there. Like, good God. Like, I really don't have to, like, say much more than that. I was just tense. So close, like a few different moves there. That fight could have gone very differently. I think DexN underestimated just Pax Ajax's ability to like knock out his Tiger Tank with marked target there, and he definitely should have supported the Tiger Tank. Had he done that, I think that would have been a very, very different match. There's definitely also some very aggressive text of Pax Ajax where he really just tried to like deliver a killing blow, failed, and then he lost everything, but he was still able to bounce back. I mean, that was impressive. Whew, so yeah, there you go, GG. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you liked it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. You can also support the podcast by donating or pledging on Patreon. Links in the description. This is Imperial Links, and cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye, everyone.